Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
What's up, everybody?
Those explosions are funny.
Yeah, I can't help it. I like it. 127, Streaming Matters 127. Thank you for joining me, Blue. Thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit.
You're welcome.
I pull her in here. Even she's like, has Albin coming? I was like, maybe a little bit. She goes, okay. So she's here to hang out with us until
I'm tired, but yeah.
Until I get reinforcements. And then we may see her exit stage left.
Probably.
But hey, thanks for everybody joining. Let's take a look at who's in the chat. We got Debrid. He's rolled up in the house. Every time we mention Plex, we got to do a shot. Yeah, well, Albin should be here in a little while. Stuart, thanks for joining us. Canuck Gal. I was going to mention people, if you'd like to join the show. Right now, C-Man may be on a little bit later, but some of the other people had other stuff going on. As always, this show is open for anybody to join. If you have a project or something going on that you'd like to share, a bit of knowledge, say you've learned something and you'd like to share that knowledge with other people that maybe others might not know about, you're more than welcome to join the show. Find me on Telegram or find Blue. She's in the group too in Streaming Matters. You could send her a message because maybe I'm not able to get the message while I'm doing a live show. But more than happy to send a link out to people because this is your show too. It's for you to learn and share that information.
And if you need me, tag me because I don't check them often.
Yeah, okay.
But I will if I've been tagged.
Yep. So so definitely. The show's open if you guys would like to join the show and something to share about and some knowledge. Eddie, Crazy Canuck, nice to see you.
Any babies on the go yet? Yeah, no, that ain't happening.
No.
We're too old for that shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I got a baby coming. I got a grandbaby coming, so that's about as good as it's gonna get. Red, what's up? Roger, Octavia, thank you for joining us. Tadow, what's up? Ed B, how you doing, bud? Nice to see you over there. Shinobi's over here. You got Tim. Thank you for joining us. Steve Franklin, as always, watching us on the side. Thank you. Canuck Mark, another Canuck. Guys, you got a lot of those. Thank you for joining. Monkey number 28. Thank you for joining us on the side chat.
Next level's in the house.
Oh, next level. Next level. What's up, bud? Hey, I actually hit him up today. Nice to see you. Next level. I'm Sharon. I'm trying to get the courage to jump into some crypto. I'm wanting to not a lot. I'm not looking to do day trading. I ain't got no interest in that. But thinking maybe go and invest in some small stuff and just throw it out there. I want to say the Beach had told us, what was it, a couple months ago, hon? Wasn't it 3 months ago? He was talking about Dogecoin. And he says, oh, that's a good one you guys should get. And what was it, 7 cents when he was talking about it? And I was like, I ain't got time for that. Now today it was trading at like 32, 33, something like that. So yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, I may look into that. I've actually installed some stuff. I might just poke around, spend a little extra cash on that and just let it sit. I'm not looking to do a trade. Penn, thank you for joining us. 619. What you doing? What's up? So we got lots of people in this thing. We had 619s. This month be for you, Blue.
I have plans this weekend to make some more.
Okay, good, nice. Yeah, I know that they've been received very well. I've seen.
I just thought the stuff was cool, and I mean, I use Plex all the time, but I didn't realize you could do that with it with the new update. So it's like, yeah, put it out there, and then if you like me, you like customizing. You know what? I really like customizing. So
yeah, it's fun. I mean, there is a lot of knowledge, and I want to say last time I looked at your videos, they've only been up for less than a week, and I think one was over 500 and one was over 600.
Cool.
Something like that. So not bad for just throwing it out there.
How to download Plex? It's pretty easy. You just go to plex.tv and download it. Just find the one you want.
Yep. Yeah, lots of different ways depending on if you're on an Android device. It's Google.
I don't think I'm going to show. I doubt I'm going to show how to like do sonar and radar and stuff. It's just going to be the inner workings of actual Plex, and it's mainly for people, I guess, that already have Plex.
Well, and you got to look. There's been people. I did some videos on it. I think Penn's done some videos on that for setting up radar sonar.
Well, we did that with Juggernaut a long time ago. But I think.
But his was more seed based. His was more C. It's like
yeah, it was the Ultra C box
through C box. But the ones we had, the one I did, and I think Penn did, they were more like for local. So. Lots of options with Plex. I mean, there's a lot of options, and you can. Some people run their Plex server off their Shield. You could actually.
I run mine off of Nuke. Yeah, I run it off of a Nuke, and then I have another one off my seed box.
And Marty's over in the house. TODD. That's Marty. What's up, bud?
Is that your Marty?
Yes, my Marty.
Hi, Marty.
That's Marty.
Heard all about
That's my brother from another mother right up there. So nice to see him join in on the YouTube chat. So I'm actually able to see it because a lot of times my friends or family will post on Facebook and I can't see it. So until after the show's over, then it's
Penn, maybe I'd like to get together with you sometime so you can show me all about MB. That'd be awesome. If you could spare me some time.
He did some videos on his channel.
I'm going to want to pick his brain.
And some really neat features.
You get Jada behind you wagging her tail.
Girl. So, yeah, we got that going on. Lots of good items on that. So looking forward to that. Hopefully maybe tomorrow or Sunday, I might do that video I've been talking about doing last week about it's been 2 months that that 19 is out. And I thought that this might be a good point to talk about this. I'd like to have everybody talking about what is your opinion and thoughts on Matrix right now? Have you moved to it? Are you like still I'm holding out, stuff like that? So I thought that we could go that. Steve, I'll write that down. I know that there's been talk about the 5 eyes, the 9 eyes. I have read lightly on it about this is about governments being able to look into all your stuff. And I read some of it and I know that some of it's true, but I'm also in some of it. I feel like when you read too much of it, tinfoil hat should be included with it because some of the stuff that when you read into it, not to say the government can't do a lot or look into a lot of stuff. After 9/11, the government was given a lot of freeway, or a lot of leeway and given a lot of rights to do a lot of things because of national security. But I wrote that down. Maybe that'd be later in the show. We'll kind of roll through the show so I don't get too sidetracked because I know that sometimes dabs can turn off and so yeah, it's interesting stuff. So yeah, that'll be towards the end of the show. But I just want to talk about
if they want you, they're gonna get you. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. And it's so we'll talk about that towards the end, later in the day.
I haven't used a VPN in years. I used it when I was uploading to a server, but I haven't used it since then.
Yeah, it depends on what you're doing and what you're trying to protect. And again, I have not done massive research. I have not done a lot of research on it, but so I've got I put that out there first. So someone said, well, Dabs, you said this and that wrong. No, I'm telling you up front. It's not like I've done research and, read through all this stuff. I'm going to give you what, things that I read, and then you can do some research on it to find out if it applies to you. So, Blue, do you want to be first on that so that we can go ahead and get your stuff out of the way? Because then
Noir just said, "Whoa, nice hair." I think he's talking to you. Todd got a haircut today.
Yeah, I got myself all tightened up. Yeah. So GoPro, instead of this being political, this actually was brought in. A part of this was brought in by Bush. If you go back and look after 9/11. So, but you don't try to make it a Democrat-Republican thing, because a lot of these decisions happened way back.
Way before.
And all the presidents have stepped in line with this. So you can't be blaming one president. Take a look at who else has agreed to some of that stuff. So, Blue's Corner. So we're going to talk about Blue's Corner. Hold on
Blue's Corner is very small today, and it's not very good. Todd wanted me to talk about Plex. Yes, to beach, have a drink. But I'm just going to save it for the videos that I make.
Okay, hold on. Let me grab this. Let me grab this link.
Ali, I chopped it off.
Short. Oh yeah, we both got haircuts. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's summertime. The lady at the where I was getting my haircut, she said that it's been busy. I said, well, you got to think about it. Everyone's tired of its longer hair. You got to get rid of it. Summertime's coming. For us, you also have to think about here it's going to be 100 degrees before you know it. So
it actually snowed here today. It was depressing.
Snowed? What?
Yeah, we got snow today. Supposed to get like 4 centimeters. By tomorrow morning, it'll all be gone. But thank you, Lee. I love you.
All right. Let me go ahead and share this tab. All right. So, do you want me to leave the audio off or audio? Because
Well, I mean, you can leave it on, I guess. Blow it. Can you blow it up? No way. That's going to be just that.
Yeah, no, I can make it big. That's about as big as I can make it, because it was a Facebook link that you sent me.
Yeah. And so you guys have I remember a couple of years ago when you learned about the secret Netflix lists and whatever, and I remember you used to have a browser, and then you would type in, netflix.com and then the link, and then it would give you all the stuff. But it's like you put it in search now, and it just pops up all these cool lists. Todd's going to post there's a website that has all the actual numbers. If you guys are interested, I like it because I do like, martial arts movies, and I want when you can't type in martial arts, it doesn't show all the movies in there. So I thought it was kind of cool. Gives you all a bunch of them here, superheroes, sad movies. No, thank you. Yeah, it's just kind of neat because, in case you guys didn't know, maybe some people didn't know, most probably did, but you can literally just type in that number in your search and it'll give you all musicals. It'll give you all Disney musicals with that number. So I just thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and what it reminds me of, when we were creating gen lists, some of it was in genres, or was it in tracked, or was it TMDB? Was it TMDB had the numbers? You could put in that number and it would be that certain genre. It was,
I can't remember. I know one of them had keywords that you could use, which was kind of neat.
Yeah, there was keywords, but then there was also the numbers, because I remember, I want to say it was TMDB.
It was probably IMDb. I can't remember.
Because you would put in the number and then it would pull that list, and people, when they had their gen list.
Yeah, because the TV database uses, I think, keywords and not numbers, but I'm not 100%. I haven't used that stuff in a while, so. But it's really, really. Oh, and actually, the funny thing is I just heard today that on the radio they were talking about Netflix having basically a button. I think it's rolling out. It's not. Everybody doesn't have it right now. Where when you don't know what to watch, it'll literally just pick something for you. It'll pick something like anywhere from to continue where you left off on something you're already watching, something that you tagged in your list, Or the third thing is a movie that's recommended. So like, you know how Netflix always has recommended lists. So if you're going through and you're looking and it's just, you can't decide, you hit that and it just starts something automatically for you. I forget what it's called, Watch Now or Watch something, but apparently it's supposed to be rolling out in Netflix. And one of the guys on the radio, he's down in Toronto, I think, said he had it, but I don't even know where to go. That was another thing too. He didn't actually say where the button's going to be. I'm assuming it'll be on the top with everything else, but yeah, I thought that was cool at some point, because I'm horrible for that. I'm one of those people where I spend an hour searching for something to watch instead of watching something. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, that and you probably fall back onto you're watching something that you've seen 100 times.
Sorry, say that again. My computer's being crappy.
I said probably, and then you fall back into watching something you've already seen because you like to watch things, 10, 15, 20 times.
Yep.
Same movie.
Actually, today I started, what was it called? Yasuke. I watched yesterday. It's new anime on Netflix. But it's actually, it's based on a real person. He was a black samurai back in like the 1500s. And, but it's all magic and shit like that. So it's obviously not like based on real facts, but the guy actually existed. And his name was Yasuke. It's Yasuke. It's not bad. It's not bad. But now I just started Cowboy Bebop, which I think they're doing a remake of that.
All right,
so I'm in anime mode right now.
And well, actually, yeah, I had to pick up a little bit of anime this week thanks to Shaggy. Shaggy needing some anime this week.
Yep, Demon Slayer, that's a good one.
Yep. Let's look at
not so much.
Yes, yeah. So I was looking through if there was anybody else that had questions. So what we thought we'd talk about is Matrix. Matrix, and I've got to also remember to before we go into Matrix, let me talk about ATS search feature that I had messed up last week because I had so much stuff with the guys that were on. Completely forgot to talk about add that source, one of the new features that he had just added in. So let me there we go. Make it big. Make it big right there. All right. So one of the new features that was added this past week was search. And I did a small video for it, and I'm not sure if people saw that video, but let's say if you wanted to do a search. So let's just say Venom. Did Venom? And tell you what repository is in. Let's say you wanted to search for Apex. You go in the Apex repo. Now those comes by the same name, so it's like, oh, that's easy. Let's see. What about 4K? You can see that 4K is in a few different repositories. Now I don't know about the. Oh, all right. So it picked up on the keywords. So this does not have the 4K add-on. This has, if you see that. I'm not sure if you guys can see on the over there on the URL for Open Project GitHub. You can see that that's why it picked that up. Right, and so Venom would not have the 4K add-on. It's actually picking up the A4K stuff. So that probably wasn't the best one, but Yezer Mac has it. You can see Narcissus has it. So it's just a new feature that he added last week to help people if they're looking for a particular add-on. Let me just, I think in the video I showed this, you can see where Shadow's in there. And it should, well, I guess they didn't have it. Well, we know the crew has it, so he might need to take a look at, I bet you, let me do it. Let me click on, does he have the crew on here? Should. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, so he doesn't have Shadow in there, so he'll have to add that. So you can see what it's doing is I'm assuming what it's doing is just looking through the descriptions, the summary to see if looking for that keywords. So again, something he's added to it. I'm not sure what else he's got planned, but it's a neat little thing that if you're looking for this, and as I've said in the past on this particular add-on, it's not a super repo. It doesn't have all these repos. All it is a listing of repos, and you can install the file. You can install the URL into the file manager. But that still does not install the repo onto your device. You still have to go one more step, add from a zip, go to your file manager, and install that particular repo. But just as an easy way, if you're looking for certain content and you're not sure where it's at, it will do a good job of finding it. I know that he said that he watches the Streaming Matters group for people that if there's issues, if there's something missing or something needs to be added. He told me that he'll watch that channel periodically, and if he sees something in there, he'll add it, and he sends me a message like, hey, that's been updated. So hope you guys check that out. Definitely a good option for you if you're looking to install some different add-ons and stuff. But I forgot to mention that was released last week some point. So Kodi 1919 Matrix. Tell me, people in the chat, if you would type 1 if you are sticking with 18 and type a 2 if you are going to use Matrix. And I'm just curious on that. We'll give that a few seconds. Marty says his son just finished. What's that? Naruto?
Dororo?
Naruto?
Oh, wait, Naruto?
Naruto.
I don't think I've never watched that. I mean, I've heard a million times that it's one of the ones that everybody's watched that watch anime, but for some reason I never have.
Yeah.
One Punch Man, Netflix has it right now, and it's all in Japanese. So I'm like, I want the dubbed.
Yeah. It's reading for that. I mean, we do read movies that have subtitles for our show, and that happens. But I don't know if I want to read through a whole series.
No.
So let me look through here.
Some people love it. Some people, that's their thing. They're like, no, I'm not watching the dubbed. I prefer to watch the action and not have to read it.
So as I'm just glancing through, there's a handful, I'd say about 4 people, 5 people that are using both, kind of like I am. I have both installed. Majority, it looks, I would have to say a good 60 to 70% are still on 18, and then the 40% are using 19. And so I see lots of people with that. So again, if you're not sure about what we're talking about here, so Kodi has 2 different versions. Well, no, the current version is Kodi 19, and it was written in Python 3. All earlier versions of Kodi was written in Python 2. So to move in to use anything that's in 19, you have to have an add-on that is written in 19 or a conversion of some scripts that's going to be able to make it work. But to do that, they are not. They don't work together, or you got to decide one or the other on that. There are a handful of add-ons that will work on both, so people are going to say, "Oh, no, they do." There is, but it's not the case for the most part. You're either sticking with 18 or 19. One of the pluses of 18 is that you do have more variety. There is, because that was been around for so long. So you have all these content options with lots of add-ons on there, just a plethora of add-ons on there. 19 in 2 months has come a long ways. I will say I've been very impressed on how quickly 19 has ramped up. I was really nervous on that. I'll say the Oath was early on. We know Saren was early on into the 19, was one of those first ones on 19. Nimsy with all the Stream Army stuff came to 19 real quick. Then Shadow came a little ways after that. And I'm trying not to leave out any other people that came over with their add-ons. There's a handful. But then Shadow opened itself up to, if you had a Gen add-on in 18, Shadow did the coding so that you could import your Kodi 18 Gen into 19. And that has opened the floodgates for add-ons to make their way to 19, because they basically have a template, a base to work with. You can add a list in there. You're adding an XML list. You add that list, and boom, you've got an add-on that's working. We've seen a lot of the teams have moved that way. We've just last week with Qcontinumm. Qcontinumm add-on, and that whole group has the 4K add-on and the Asgard add-on and Rogue, Rogue One, numerous add-ons. You have the boys, all the boys, and these are all add-ons if for people that may not follow me all the time. So there's a bunch of add-ons that are in that. They're using the Shadow add-on as their base, which the developer modified it, made changes to allow that. They add their XML, and it just opens the door from an old add-on to now be a new add-on. So massive thanks to AA that had created the Shadow add-on and said, hey, anybody that wants to use this as their base, I've done the work, they can use this and move forward. We have seen some guys that have really modified or made the Shadow add-on look different. I want to say like 4K. He went through and changed it. It didn't even look like Shadow when you first looked at it, but then you could see it. So, lots of options in there for people that want to move to 19. 19 is quicker, in my opinion, but partially because, partially I think is because we're not overloading it with a bunch of crap. If any of you guys use builds. Some builds have so many add-ons. You don't need, 20 video add-ons, and that's just not knocking on any builders that want to have, all this and that in the kitchen sink. Okay, but you really don't need that many. I mean, to be honest, when I have 1 to 2 add-ons I use. Blue, when you were using Kodi, how many add-ons would you use when you were using prior Plex days? Have a drink there, Debrid. Prior to that, I mean, how many would you use? 2.
If one was acting up, I'd just jump to the other. You jump back and forth.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 at the most, but very rarely will both be down at the same time. So yeah, I have my favorites and I stick with them. And a lot of the add-ons that are around right now have been around a while, like Saren and Fen and Shadow and Brew, and and they've been around a while, so they're reliable.
Mm-hmm. And there's times, and some people say, well, this didn't have this movie.
Special shout out to GoTo.
Look out. Yeah, GoTo, which is still on 18. The people that's a great add-on, and it's still on 18. And that's the thing. There's people that have their favorite, and it hasn't poured over. Someone said numbers. Who was that?
Yeah, like it's nice to try new add-ons, but most new add-ons, like not all of them, but most new add-ons are based on an add-on that's still around out there. Like, so you can use that one, or you can use the original one. But I mean, they're usually pretty good because they have been around a long time. They usually have a dev that's still developing. So if there's any issues, they're going to fix them. But if you fly-by-night ones, I mean, they're great to try them, but don't be upset if it goes down in, 2 weeks, especially when they get popular and it's somebody like us in the old days when we had like a little shared server, and then the second it got a little popular, we crashed the server and everybody else that was on it. So,
and there's add-ons that had that exact same issue on I know the Narcissus, those guys, remember when they were early on, they were one of the first people that took the Shadow base.
Yeah.
When Shadow was converted, and they jumped in and they had their gen add-ons or their gen lists in there, and they were having all kinds of problems because too much traffic all going in one place. And
yeah, it's easy for a scraper add-on because it's literally not stored anywhere. But when you have gen lists, you got to store the actual list somewhere, so it tends to gum up the servers a bit, especially if you have a lot of lists.
Yeah, and so there
are a lot of really good add-ons out there right now, though. Like you had the boys on there last week. They have a new one out, and but yeah, for me, I always just I tend to stay with the same ones. I'll try new ones once in a while, but I like the stability of it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like the whole trying new stuff and giver, because you know what, you might like that one way better than the last one you tried, and you won't know. Same thing with builds. I find if you try a build and you don't like it, don't stick with it. There's a million builds out there, or make your own, or use somebody else's and then build on that to make your own.
Yeah,
Just
start with
release it though. Don't like steal all their artwork and stuff and then change one thing and then pass it off as your own build. Don't do that. But for personal use, tweak it.
Yeah. At least make it look a little different. Change the background. Just do a few things that might look a little different, and don't have the same misspellings because
Oh,
that was all right. So
I missed the beast.
So we got GoPro Donnie asks, what else besides add-ons do you use a blank Kodi for, like wizards and stuff? Now, some people will use Kodi. If you go back to the days, Blue, you and I, early on before big add-ons became popular, we used to use them as like Plex. We used them like Plex. You remember back in the day, you could put you could have your content on a hard drive somewhere.
Local library.
In a local library, you could point Kodi to it back then, and it will still could. You still can do it. You still can do that, and it will scrape and find all the meta grabs you do as a library. If you look into the Kodi library feature, is phenomenal for doing local content. Does a great job. If you were a person and you have a bunch of DVDs, you rip those DVDs onto a hard drive and you hook that up to your network. Does a beautiful job. So people use that.
For those of you that don't know, most of you probably do. Plex is basically a fork of Kodi. So like originally they were the same thing. They both were just all about your local library. There wasn't really downloading and stuff. And then add-ons started coming out, and it's like Plex split off, and it went more of the I don't want to say legal route, but they went more of the well, I mean, you can pay for a Plex Pass, but you don't have to. Plex is free. But they went off and they developed the library side of it, and Kodi went off and developed the add-on side of it, kind of thing, which is kind of neat. It's good. See, perfect way to show you what can happen when you fork an add-on, or fork Kodi, or fork. You know what I mean? You can do more than just keep the same thing. You can take it in a whole different direction, which I find very cool. Oh, by the way, the other day, I forget who it was that shared a link with me. Plex to beach, have a drink. You can't really skin. You kind of can, but you can't really skin Plex. It's a lot more difficult than Kodi is. But there was this one little neat thing. Like if you use Plex on Windows PC, there is an extension that you can get, and it's called Stylish. And the funny thing is they have Plex themes. So if you watch Plex on your TV, or on your computer, you can just go to Stylish, and they have a bunch of different themes that work on, and it essentially just changes your Plex look. And Stylish works on pretty much every website. Like if you are on Facebook, you can change the way your Facebook looks. I thought that was kind of cool. Stylish. So thank you, whoever sent me that. And then I feel bad that I don't know who it was. Hold on, I'll figure it
out. Hey DJ, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Todd. Sorry, I had to unmute myself then. I'm doing fine. How's everybody else doing?
Doing well.
Fantastic.
That's good.
One of the things I will point out, Fire Guru, and sometimes we talk about playlisters, we talk about devs, this and that. So, and one of the things he's not knocking on people's work. A lot of people now, and even Jenners, were playlisters. You took the template, you did some work. Now, as you mess with a gen, you can. At what point are you just a playlister, and then when do you become a dev where you're actually changing some of the add-on, you're making some edits to some texture files or this or that? That's to be determined. One person's going to say that's a dev, one's going to say, well, that's still a playlister. So there is a lot of playlisters out there, but you can take a add-on and change it, make it a playlist, and it will look like a different add-on. Now, to be honest, the handful of people that can actually code from 0 on up is a very, very small number now. That's why when I said shadow base, again, not knocking down anybody that uses that base to be their template to build on an add-on. Not a problem. Hey, the dev wants you to. he said, take it and use this as your base. And that's why he modified it to use gen lists that were from 18. So, but when some people are like, well, that's not a dev, but this is a dev. And back in the day, you and I used to argue that with people, and now I find myself to, what, if people are willing to give their time, give their effort, give their energy and time. DJ could probably attest to the time that people, and he doesn't have an add-on, but enough people that do add-on and playlists. It's so time consuming. I mean,
Yes.
all day long, adding content, adding this, changing that, changing the menus. Oh, they need a whole new list. We have to change that. And so technically playlisting, but when they go through and change it, I know some of the guys that created some of those add-ons, those that were off the gen base, and it made all kinds of changes to it. It wasn't just, I'm gonna stick my list in there and done. They went through, changed things, make it look a little different. So it's tough. I think that there's a handful of people that actually can.
There a lot. Okay, a lot of them are, you could say, developers. The ones that mess with the actual code in their add-on and can fix things and stuff, those are developers. Maybe they're not writing from scratch, but then again, it's kind of like it's already been written. Why rewrite something 100% from scratch when you're pretty much going to be doing the exact same, you know what I mean? Like functions and stuff. It's going to be the same. It's unless you're writing something brand new. But I mean, as long as you can maintain your own add-on, then yeah, you're a developer. For sure you are. If you need to recopy the base from the guy that keeps putting out new ones and over again, that gets a little more, you're not, you know what I mean?
Well, and also
there's developers who are like, holy crap balls, like that guy, with the ones that just get it. And then there's also the ones though, like Slam with his with the wizard and stuff. Like he came out of nowhere with that. It was freaking awesome. Like, and he's learning code more and more, and he's helping other people with code. And it's like he didn't start off as a coder, but he's one of the ones that is doing so good now. Like, and there are quite a few people like that who have picked it up from using other people's add-ons. Could not maybe write it from scratch, but are getting an idea of how things work in it. And when little tweaks need to be done, they're able to do it. So I admire that a lot.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty. I can't do that.
It's a lot of time. Well, you could.
No, I can't. You're really nice, honey, but no, I can't.
You could. All right. So open scrapers. I don't think that that's being maintained right now. Last I heard, but all right. So in all fairness, open scrapers has been, it's been scrapped. It's been scrapped numerous times. There's been numerous times that they're like, we're not updating this no more. Then somebody else comes in and fixes it. So I don't know right now if anybody's. I don't follow that Reddit, but it's been dropped and picked up so many times. I could use so many terms on that, but I'm going to let that one go. So last time I heard, somebody was stopped, but then you got to look at Venom and Fen. They moved away and they're doing their own things, because what happens is when you're doing the scrapers, sometimes people get very possessive of their scrapers, because if you do the work on it, how dare someone come and use your scrapers? We've had that argument in the past, with people. Once you put it out there, it's out there.
The thing
should give credit to people.
Well, and the thing is, though, I think what pissed people off is that one person does all the work and everybody else just grabs them and then calls them their own scraper name, instead of them saying, "Hey, dude, want me to help you with those? And can I use them in my add-on?
I'll use fix one." So.
Yeah, no, like that's it's like anything though. There's some people who want to help and contribute, want to help others, and then there's other people who just take other people's stuff and pass it off as their own.
That's happened for years.
Yeah. There's the two sides to Kodi. Like it's not all good and it's not all bad. It's mainly good, I think. I think most people out
more
there
good than bad.
It's like, sorry, Blue. Go on.
No, I'm pretty much done.
I was going to say, it's like you say, why don't they just give people the credit for their work, then contribute and say, look, I've got this, let's add it to it.
Yeah, or I fixed this scraper here, throw it back to the dev, and he can then put out a new version of it. And thanks, like that's what we tried to do with the gen scrapers like a long time ago. Is we had like a team of people working on them, and then it burns you out, you know, like.
Yeah, especially the free ones. I mean, your Debrid scrapers, Debrid scrapers are not going to break very often. Those will stay going, but those free sites, when everyone wants to, I want them free links. Those free scrapers are a lot of work because those websites don't want this platform pulling off of them. They don't
get the traffic.
Yeah, they don't get the ad revenue. So it's like you're using their bandwidth, but they're not getting the ad revenue to pay the bills. So they're like, no, we're going to do everything we can do to keep them off. So they change the website. They do different encryption. They do all kinds of breaks the scraper. Boom, it don't work. Now you got to fix it again. And guys got to where they fixed it, and they got tired of fixing it. So
screw it. We're not putting that one back in the next version.
It happens. So. So yeah, Slam, much thanks to him. And again, there's been numerous people, Narcissist, I've seen him doing all kinds of stuff that doing work and saying, hey, I'm going to take this on and just help people with this.
It's you got to just have a willingness to try. And a lot of people won't. And it's unfortunate because there's probably quite a few people out there that might end up being good coders if they just stop and take the time. And you know what? Ask questions. There's so many people in our community who want to help you. If you don't know how to do something, don't ask them to do it for you. Ask them, like, how would I do this? And then maybe you can learn, because it just wasn't in my way. I know a lot of people. Well, Slam, for example. Slam's turned into a freaking good dev. Like, it's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I admire that.
Yeah, he's fixed numerous things. I mean, like you look at the music add-on, he didn't write it. But it was broken back in 2018, easily broken, and it wasn't working half-assed. Nobody used it. Yeah. And then he went through, and now it's working. It was working great. I did a video. I did a couple videos on it. Works great. So,
hey, man.
So let me go ahead and say hi to my guests. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I'll be right back.
Yep. So DJ, thank you for joining. How are you doing?
I'm all right, Todd. Sorry, I'm typing.
Oh, okay.
I'm typing to a question in the chat. So, yeah, I'm fine. I'm outstanding. Bit tired, but been a bit of a long week, bit of a stressful week. So,
and we got C-Man. And I'll go ahead and I'm gonna put this in the banner so I can put this over here. So we got a couple guests right now. I thought I'd start doing this so that people are like, I don't know who these people are. So C-Man is, I don't even, now do you guys have I don't even know, there's a group that you guys call yourselves? Good, but I guess some people are part of a certain group, but you guys aren't really your own group. I mean,
no,
it's the Asgard group, or it's really not even that.
Well, I mean, the team is the Q add-on, the Qcontinumm add-on. So, but yeah, everything's going well. I mean, everything's building and things are moving in the right direction for us, I think.
Yeah. I was going to mention, since C-Man is on and we were talking about the Qcontinumm, one of you guys added something this week.
We did. We have live racing and racing replays, and
I was going to go ahead and I'll share my screen on that one.
The sports section is growing.
Let's see here. Let's see. Oops. So now we're here. I don't have my issues. I might have to reboot my Kodi.
Sorry, can I say two quick things then while we're waiting?
Yep.
The first one, it was Rob M that showed me Stylish. So if you guys are looking to, make your Chrome look a little cooler, go to the site. It's called Stylish. And the second thing was Netflix new thing that's rolling out. It's called Play Something.
Okay.
And it's rolling out now. So it's like remember Kodi back in the day there when you have to wait for it to populate everywhere. And somebody'd be like, I got it, and you'd be like, I don't. What the hell? So
yeah.
Play
when the GitHub, with GitHub, you'd have to wait for it to populate.
Some people will be like, I had it since yesterday. Like, damn it.
You're hitting refresh your repository.
Yeah.
Check for updates.
Yeah.
So, but I was going to show it, but my Kodi I crashed out. So in the Qcontinumm, they have a whole like a couple different sections for racing.
Yes.
I saw live racing as well as replays. So you've got a whole racing section inside the sports section of the add-on.
We do. So that should go over well, I think.
So racing meaning like NASCAR and Indy and anything else?
Yes.
F1, yeah.
What's that one where they race through the desert?
Baja? Is that Baja? No, there's another one. That's another name for it. Motocross? It's like where they in the 4x4s.
Like days and
yeah, they had, but I glanced through it. I mean, because it had F1, it had super bikes. I saw the NASCAR, of course, since I live in the South. I had to look through. I saw NASCAR. I had all the races in there, so you could put those in there. One of the things, if you're watching replays, I think you needed to have real Debrid.
Yes,
I think I saw the an idea I had since I had reinstalled. I reinstalled that version of Portable on my computer. I hadn't had my Debrid authorization, so I was like, don't worry about it.
You spelled my name wrong, Todd.
Well, what did I do wrong? Oh, I forgot the A. DJ AY.
Hi, Blue, by the way.
hi.
Hey, DJ.
How you doing, T-Man? You all right?
I'm all right, matey.
You sound a bit more lively this week.
Oh, yeah. I'm not in bed this week.
All right. So
thank you, Paul. Yeah, I just looked it up. That's what it is. Dakar or Dakar. I don't know how you say that.
That's right. That's what it is.
It's across the. Is it the Sahara?
Well, there's some of those. There's numerous of
those
races.
In Saudi Arabia.
You watch them racing off roads, and they got a guy that's the telling you where to go, and the other guy's driving.
It's a Dakar, isn't it?
Dakar. Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce it, so that's awesome.
Let's see. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. Hit that thumbs. And I saw somebody was helping Zombie with an answering a question. Thank you, Computer Works. And that's always the good thing when you have people on the side. If we get talking about the subject, some of the other people are actually able to help. And I saw, hello, Giorgio. Red Lantern's out of YouTube jail. Yeah, it's tough. I'm dancing. I have to dance a thin line a lot. I'm on my first strike until April 15th or 14th that I got in trouble with a video that I did 2.5 years ago.
That was so stupid.
Yeah,
that's the way it goes.
So I haven't done a video for probably about 2 months on mine.
Yeah. I did.
Even mine was getting restricted to 18, and it's like, what is there to restrict? So
Yours is a skin. It's a theme.
Yeah, it's nothing. So it's like
those were kids' themes too.
Yeah, they were kids' themes as well. They were actually hitting. So I just gave up. I just stopped doing them. It's pointless. Even though I'm not monetized, but it's just the hassle of having a look and going through all the emails they sent me. So.
Yeah, and then you got to appeal it. Yeah. It is. They want to make it difficult. Hence the reason I moved over to a Cocoscope with the videos that I was worried about. I try to keep the things on YouTube friendly, things that I don't have to worry about. Don't monetize on most of them, and just this is what it goes. So,
I never appealed them, Todd. It's a waste of time. Just a complete waste of time.
Yeah, I can't say that I've only appealed one, which was when one said that I was using copyrighted material, and it was another company says I was using their material. I was like, no, I'm not, and I appealed it, and then it was found that I was in my favor. Without Remorse, actually, Charles watched that and said it wasn't a bad movie too. So
I'm going to watch that. Movie. That's on Amazon Prime too.
Yes, Amazon Prime. Yeah,
that and the other one that we were talking about on the show the other day that Andrew wanted to watch, where they're up in space. The hell was that called?
Voyager? No.
Yeah, it's got to be Voyager, isn't it?
No,
it's not called Voyager.
No, I didn't write it down. I sent. You'd have to look in the pop chat because I have it in there.
Look.
So Octavia, you have to check it. I don't know how. I know that I don't always get notifications for my Cocoscope stuff the way that they have it laid out. I don't know why they do why it's the way it is. But again, Stowaway was it?
Stowaway, yeah. I was waiting for you to take a breath to spit that out, but.
Yeah, see, everyone got that. So yeah, that was one of the options. And I heard, and we were going to watch No Man Land. I need to watch that since it got so much.
That was excellent in my opinion.
Really?
Like what is it exactly? Is it a drama? Is it how would you categorize it?
It's a drama, and it's about the life of a homeless person. It's really a good story.
So is it a cry your eyes out drama?
No, not at all. Ends well, and just a good story overall.
Well, I might have to watch it. As long as it has a happy ending. I can't do sad endings. Kills me.
Someone that really works hard in her life, and it's good story.
This might sound horrible, but when Frances McDormand won her Academy Award for that the other day, she looked like a homeless person in the pictures of her. She looked like she hadn't bothered to brush her hair. I was like, what the hell?
She does in that movie COVID, also.
No, that's what I mean. She won an Academy Award for that the other day.
I know, but she looks like that all through the movie. I mean,
yeah,
bad.
So in other words, they didn't even have to dress her up because she obviously looks like that in real life now too.
Yes.
She's married to one of the Coen brothers, eh? You know how she's always in the Coen brother movies, like Fargo and.
That's the new going trend. That is Blue.
What, not washing your hair?
Yeah.
I'll let that one pass.
The beach has a thing. He said, "Avoid Stowaway like the plague." Oh gosh, another one that he has to write on his hand in case he falls and hits his head.
Yeah, but I don't always agree with the beach, so I'll take that with a grain of salt, my friend. You thought Windy City Heat was good.
Oh, we watched No Remorse last night in 4K actually, and it was decent. I mean, my opinion. Not again. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but not great, but decent.
Michael B. Jordan. I'm having a hard time liking that guy. I want to like his acting, but I kind of don't because seems like everything I see him in, I'm not crazy about him.
He's still got his
Black Panther.
He's still got his swag walk, and he's military. It's like,
okay,
come on.
Well, it's a Tom Clancy, right? Tom Clancy is based on Tom Clancy novel. Like the Jack Ryan series that's on Amazon, it's phenomenal. It's got the dude from The Office in it, and that's Tom Clancy too.
Oh,
but I'm still I'm gonna watch it though. I think.
Anything else? Something's up with my Kodi. It's keeps every time I try to open up any add-on, it gives me an error.
Did you reboot it?
Yeah, I rebooted it and it's still.
Did you grab a different portable?
No, because I don't have the stuff installed, and I already had that in. Like I had today's show, I tried to install all the things I'm going to talk about on this show.
Maybe one of the guys can show something.
I was just gonna. What I was gonna do is I was gonna mention the crew last week updated. So we had the crew updated last week to 19, and Purely Wrestling was another add-on that is now 19 ready. And I don't know how every week I get asked about wrestling, an add-on for wrestling. So now there is it was an 18, now it is a 19 add-on. So Purely Wrestling, which is in the crew repo, is now a standalone 19 along with crew. So if you're wanting further a 19, those have been ported over. They're ready to go. That were two things that I was going to point out because they were people been asking about. First of all, crew, and then asking about wrestling. Where can I find wrestling? Wrestling.
What do you want to show, Todd?
Nothing. I was just going to show the Purely Wrestling, which I hadn't opened it because it just got fixed maybe a half hour before the show. I never even got a chance. I was going to show it, but that's all right. We don't have to show. I was just going
to show some sports or something in Qcontinumm, was it?
I was going to try to open up. I was going to open up a Qcontinumm just to show that sports where some of those extra things were added in there. That was one thing. That was the first thing that crashed my Kodi. So,
well, maybe can one of these guys share their screen and show it?
Oh, I'm just installing it now, so I can show it in a couple
DJ's
of seconds.
messing with it. Yeah, DJ's messing with it. So, another item of interest that's I think I did a video. Can't remember if I did a video. The Green Monster has updated to 3.0. So if people that are using his build, you may want to check out the he's went through and did all the changes. So Green Monster 3.0 is out, ready to go. Like I said, I'm almost positive I did the video right when 3.0 came out. So it's ready to go. So load it up. And one of the things Kodi Man here mentions, the Butcher. Now, the Butcher is actually part of the Boys, and that was Chains because it was the Chains add-on. Now it's the Butcher add-on, and then the Boys.
Yeah, that's because Butcher is the character in.
Yeah. Because if you look through, if you know the Boys, they're all different characters from the TV show, and the Butcher is.
I like the French dude.
So
he's my favorite.
That has been. Moved over, so if you people are looking for that, that's where you'll be able to find that.
I can share that now if you want.
All right, bud. Yeah. Go ahead. I
haven't got a clue where I'm going in it, so I'll be leading myself blind and everybody else blind. I don't use add-ons very often because, like I say, I know I'm always in Kodi, but I don't use add-ons that often.
All right,
not my main computer. So
okay. So in Qcontinumm, and it may ask us because this is go down to sports. Yeah. Okay. So you can see supercars, superbikes, live races, and TV was added. I don't. Those were the sections added. If I'm right, am I right, C-Man?
Yes, correct.
So those were added in just in the last couple days. So if you're looking for that content,
so you've got NASCAR, you got Aussie, you got quite a bit actually, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a NASCAR fan, so I was excited about that.
Yeah, Todd likes his NASCAR too.
Oh, I like them boys who's driving, turning left.
Me too.
A little bit of
MotoGP.
Mm-hmm. And then the live racing, that's going to happen, but that's going to be hit and miss depending on when it's there, and there's going to be different links.
Yeah,
so that's going to,
this is going to be a bit like majority of them. Probably so like 10 minutes before it's going to go live, the link will be put there.
Yep. And if it's linked to let's say ESPN, I'll go ahead and I'm going to stop sharing that part.
Yeah.
If it's like linked to ESPN, sometimes even if the race isn't on, you'll click it and it's ESPN or whatever channel. Sometimes that will happen, but sometimes it depends on. Sometimes you just won't see nothing. It would say the link will give you an error. So, but hey, nice that they've added that. So again, giving people more options if they've moved to a Matrix 19 or the Kodi 19 on Matrix. So thanks to all the team that's doing that work.
Thank you.
Qcontinumm continues to continue.
Is it still called Qcontinumm or just
Qcontinumm
now?
We're working hard, I'll tell you that.
Who made your icon?
Me.
Awesome.
Who made my icon personally?
Thank you very much, Blue.
For Qcontinumm.
Oh, no.
Ezra.
Sorry. Ezra, I thought you meant he's actually one on the screen, Blue. Sorry.
No. No, I meant for the add-on.
Ezra did.
Cool.
Okay.
And weren't it Iconics as well?
Oh, on the add-on itself was Matrix, yes. But on the add-on itself is Ezraman did that.
The one that had the big Q and
yes.
the name through it?
Yes.
The beach, you've got the crew add-on, Apex, Qcontinumm. Those would be if you're looking for an MLB section, those add-ons will have an MLB section. I don't know. I don't know about the boys. I can't remember if they had a section. I don't remember off the top of my head if they had an MLB section. They had some sports in the boys. There was some sports from what I remember. So yeah, there is some that's been.
I think a lot of the ones that have like multiple add-ons inside them, whatever, and you eventually find all kinds of sports. Like scraper add-ons, no, there's no live stuff, but a lot of the ones that are team built add-ons usually have a sports section, right, Todd?
Yep. Yes. Sorry, I was having to post over there. So Stuart says also Anon whoop whoop. Yeah, for wrestling. Yep. I had to send. I saw Noir was messaging me. I'm sorry. You know me, men can't multitask.
I love how he was yelling at you there. Todd sent you a DM like 3 hours ago.
All right, so we got that few things going on. C-Man, sorry, I didn't mean to. So DJ said that he was a little wore out. Now, C-Man, you got anything that's on any fires that's going? That's your things you guys are working on, or things you got that's possibly coming out soon, or anything projects other than the Qcontinumm?
I'm busy with add-ons at the moment. I mean, I've got a few things built working that I haven't released, but I'm staying busy daily with 3 add-ons, so a lot going on.
Yeah. You haven't figured that out yet. Don't do 3.
Don't do 2.
Yeah, one's enough. Ed saying that sports and the boys is the mother's milk section.
There's milk.
Okay. Gloria, I think you messaged on one of my videos. Take a look. You need to have, if you have the crew, I'm not sure about Magnetic if he has updated it, because I'm almost positive the crew has updated the version of Shadow, and it fixed was it the 4533 error or 4350?
The one she just said, basically,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, there was an issue. I can't remember.
It ends in 0.8, I think. The latest.
Yes. It's like
look for 2 point. Yeah, 2 point.
It's like 2.6, 0.8, I think, is it? So she says that Magnetic has not updated. So check the crew repository.
It's 2.6.8 is the latest, and it does fix it.
And it does fix that issue. Yes. And sometimes with 19, all right, so this is the key with 19, and we talked about that when I first did a video on 19 way back when. So Kodi 19 gives you some extra security. And what I mean by the extra security is it will not let one repository hijack another. So let's say you have Shadow installed via the magnetic repo. So you installed Shadow via the magnetic repository. Only the magnetic repository will be updated. Shadow would only be updated through magnetic repository, even if the crew had a higher number, unless you go in and click on the add-on and tell it to search for versions, and you'll see who has which version, and you basically say, oh, the crew has a higher version, I'll install it via the crew. Then the crew becomes the parent repository for that particular add-on. That was a feature that was added to Kodi 19, which I think is a great idea, because we had issues back earlier, Kodi's issues, where people would hijack an add-on. You know, if you had the repository, you could hijack it.
Would overwrite your stuff.
Kodi did some work and said, hey, if this repository installs, no other repository will be able to overwrite it. If you install via a zip, I think that no other repository.
Yeah, unless you go in and choose to, and then they show you the other repositories and you trust them, then you can choose to switch over. But
yeah. And it's a great feature. I think that was a great feature that Kodi added to protect the end user. And again, that's what we're about is, I don't care what you install. You can install 1,000 repositories, and I don't care whose repository.
It was like the different versions of Metallic. different versions of Metallic and EIM that were out there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
yes.
people were overwriting each other's. Now don't have to worry about that.
Yep. Yep. So again, they did a good job.
I never did that. I never did that. I never pushed a higher number on mine.
There was a lot of people that did.
Yeah.
There, we saw that little game, and it's
and it would cause huge fights, and it was like, okay, guys, let's all be on the same page here. I sat them down one day, the main dudes.
If you could, we can go back. You remember what's it, RoboCop? Remember RoboCop? And it was another repository. I can't remember. They had an add-on, and they were like overwriting back and forth, and then they would put in some text or something in there. They'd put some vulgar text in, and they'd up version, and then the next one, oh no, I'm going to update, and they went back and forth. It's like, oh my God, kids, stop it! But Kodi 19 said no. We're gonna give you that security, which I think is a great idea. So
yeah, that was like probably one of their more ingenious ideas.
Yeah, and it's you just have to control your setup better. You've got to go and do the maintenance. Go to my add-ons, or when you click on add-ons, take a look at what needs updates.
Well, and the thing is, though, like if the repository that you like is updating for you, you still get automatic updates. It'll just always be from that.
Yes. And again, all you have to do is go to add-ons, and you will see my add-ons, install repository, recently updated. And if it says available, that's a key to say, wait a minute, why is that available and I don't get it? Then you can go through and look for yourself and say, wait a minute. So if it's a bogus repository, something that you didn't mean to install, and it's like some crazy repository, you can say, no, I don't want it from that repository. Or in this case, the crew had it, and you're like, oh, the crew has this up. Let me go ahead and get it.
Yeah.
So again, gives the end user more control, in my opinion. So it's a great thing. So I'm almost to the mindset, and I'm not sure about how. I'll ask my guest about this. I'm at that mindset that I'm actually thinking about moving. I've been using 19 on my home setup more than I use the 18 on mine, because I have two. I have the official 18, and then I have a fork of 19, and I'm almost to the point of sticking with and moving to 19 because I use 19 more than I use 18. What are you?
A lot of the add-ons you did use, are 19 compatible. I got a question for you though. Are a lot of APKs? Oh wait, they're APKs, so it doesn't matter. Never mind. Had a blonde moment there.
What about you, DJ? Are you gonna?
I'm the total opposite to you. I've got the official Matrix 19, but I use my own Kodi fork for 18.
Okay.
So I'm like this the other way around. So I wasn't until I think it was last week. I'd done a completely wipe of my NVIDIA Shield and done a factory reset and started afresh. So I do that like you. Every couple of years, I just wipe it.
Yeah, you really need it. Sometimes people don't understand that if you're having issues, and sometimes that ghost in the machine, and you're in the shadow room, I'll say that. I was like, you got a ghost in the machine, which you have an issue and nobody else has it.
Where'd you get that saying from, honey?
So,
it happens to me all the time. Yeah.
Sometimes it's best to just wipe it. Like just wipe it completely. Start with a fresh Kodi, because something gets mucked up. It's something in there.
With your PC, if your PC's just acting like a piece of crap, factory reset it.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with it. It was still working fine. But I just noticed I hadn't got a lot of room left, so I thought, instead of me just going for it, let's just wipe it. Let's just wipe it, because, like I say, I was just testing.
Yeah. Oh God Almighty.
I was just testing APKs that I'd actually, like I say, different Kodi forks that I'd actually done, and that's all that was mainly installed.
Oh shit!
Oh God!
Yeah, yeah.
What do we come as this week?
We made the.
I am Sir Carl.
We've made the beer better. Oh,
Sir Carlberg. It's St. Carlberg Day today. It's the 29th.
Okay. So I will ask C-Man. So 18 or 19? Which for you for your home setup? What are you?
Well, I have multiple forks of everything, but
Yeah.
on a daily basis, I use 19.
Yeah.
If I want to go back and watch, or if I want to watch a good live sports event that we don't happen to have, I jump back on 18 and use Go-To.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. There is there is issues to having.
My
Yeah. What
my
about you?
everyday is 18 though. That is
Okay.
my everyday. That's just purely down to, like I say, I use a library function on 18, and at the moment it's not available on 19.
What?
You sure about that?
Extended info mod.
Extended info mod. Okay. I thought library. I'm like, wait a minute, I got library on mine, but no, I don't have
library. Yeah.
I don't have extended info mod. Yes,
That's the sort of library I was on
Yeah,
about. 'Cause
yeah,
like I say,
yep.
with the extended info mod, I've got a library where, like everything else, you put all your TV shows and movies that you want to watch, and you just stick them in the library, and away you go. But on 19, it's not there yet. I don't even think extended info mod is actually in the repo anymore for 19.
Probably not, because the developer that put it in 18 or prior was he's walked away from it. So
There's a mod of it out there, but it's very limited.
It is very limited. I had a look at it. It is very limited. It's not got the other functions like my version on 18 or anybody else's version of 18. It doesn't.
But what about TMDB helper? That's essentially right. It's essentially kind of like an EIM and a Dalek in one, is it not?
I've just never used it. Blair.
TMDB helper, it's pretty fantastic.
I've never used it.
It's good because like you can use multiple add-ons with it, right? You can pick and choose which add-ons if you want a default one, or you can have it pop up and it'll show all the players that you have. So if you had 3 add-ons that have players, it'll say, do you want to watch it in this, or this? So if you have trouble with one, just try it on the next one.
I've got it in my build, but I've never used it.
I'll have to look at it. I'll have to look at it on 19.
I think you'd like it a lot, actually.
Yeah.
And that's being developed. Is that a 19?
TMDB? I'm pretty sure the TMDB helper was.
Yeah. I remember him saying it was 19 ready when he done it.
Was it? Is Dr. Inferno working on that at all, or just his friend?
Just somebody he knows. I mean, it's not him. Just if I'm on somebody he knows, it's not him that's working on that.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Noir, what's up?
I was going to say, it took me ages to work out that Dr. Inferno's name was Dr. Inferno. For about 6 to 7 months, I thought it was Drinfaru. Every time I swear, Drinfaru.
That's because you was always half listed while you were trying to read it, Lee.
I've got glasses now, so it's a lot better. I just thought Drinfaru.
Peter asked a question here: is Qcontinumm geolock tried yesterday in Scotland? I don't think it's geolocked, but it depends. Depends on what section you're looking at, because if they're pulling certain links, it could be sections of it could be depending on where they're pulling. Because when you're pulling live sports, that's pulling from different websites. So if it's pulling from a certain website that may be geolocked to you, it's possible, but not the add-on itself is not. But again, maybe certain links are.
It might be something that his ISP recognizes as.
Yeah. He's saying nothing works in sports. So I'm not sure with that.
That could be down to the ISP.
But
we've been in the UK.
What's he looking for? Bog snorkeling or something? Who watches that anyway? I know it's quite popular, but yeah, get yourself in a ditch and off you go. But yeah,
let's see. Is there? All right, so
anyway.
Mr. Pickle says, "Is there a way to bypass and use real Debrid links?" Okay, now I'm assuming. I mean, a lot of stuff uses real Debrid links. There is the Realizer is actually been released on 19, which that links to your real Debrid account. Remember, there was Premiumizer and Realizer, which were add-ons in Kodi 18 prior. But I think Realizer, was updated last week to work in 19, and that links right into your Debrid. So I know Shadow does the same thing, but it links into your counts. Now, there isn't any add-ons that directly go and search Debrid itself, because Debrid itself doesn't offer a search feature. If you have to, it has to look for a magnet torrent, and if they have it, they say we already got it. You can watch it, and that's what add-ons do. It says, hey, I want to watch this particular magnet, and it's like, oh yeah, we already have it cached. We have it here saved. Boom, you can watch it. But there's no search feature, so that would be my suggestion. I know Realizer, and I think I saw ATS posted the repo for that. I don't remember who it was. But I remember when I was looking at the search, I think I saw it in there. But you'll have to look, because I don't remember off the top of my head if I saw that in there. Octavia's asking, can I use Stylish on Windows 10? Blue might have went to go get her. Okay, Mr. Pickle says, I don't want to pay for real Debrid. No.
I thought that's what you meant.
I didn't think that's all right. No. Can you use real Debrid links without real Debrid? That's what he's asking?
Use an APK. Use Cinema HD or something, whichever's out.
But you're not using real Debrid. You're not using Debrid links though. I mean, they may be free links or direct links to some wherever, but it's not a Debrid. It's not a Debrid link. I mean, no, you have to log in. I don't know. I quit using most of those APKs. I don't.
I've seen a few, and I've seen how they work. Like when you used to have BTV, whether it's
BTV, yep.
Yeah, that used to work. It's like cache torrents as such, wasn't it? But they done it for you.
Yeah, but I don't think that. Well, they might have been. I still don't think they. I think they were using, because there's a lot of add-ons that's using direct links, though. I mean.
Now there is.
Yeah, there's a lot of add-ons that use in direct links. You don't actually have to have Debrid. You can use direct links. So no, it's not Debrid link. It's a link to somewhere else, another hosting site, and you can use it. Works fine. Well, for the most part, as long as that site is not overwhelmed. And again, these free sites, the thing, it's all about the traffic we talked about earlier. How much traffic is going out and how much traffic can it handle? And if too many people are trying to watch that one link, you're going to have a problem. Because that hosting site's going to say, whoa. No, we're not having all these people. No. So, but there's a numerous, I know, like GoTo, you guys got a lot. You guys have a lot of direct links.
I was going to say, if you want non-Debrid, go to Asgard and Qcontinumm now. That's got a massive non-Debrid.
We have a massive section
with non-Debrid. If people don't watch the links die. They thrive on people using them to stay going.
That's a good point. All right, so say that again, Noir, about free. All right, these links that are on hosting sites for your free direct links.
Yeah, they basically thrive on more people clicking on them. If someone like requests something, you see it all the time, like in Asgard. Oh, can you get this for me in on the bridge? You get it for them. They go, oh, thanks ever so much. I don't watch it. No one else watches it. It dies within 72 hours. But say if one person watches it, another 10 people click on it. That keeps that link alive.
Yep. And Debrid does the same thing, though. Debrid, if you don't use it, Debrid purges it.
Yeah, but not as bad as free links.
Well, no, not it. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, Mr. Pickles, I find there are not as many options for free links since that damn Debrid came around. That's because all the free sites are going down. It has not. Debrid didn't do that. They did that themselves, and that's why everybody jumped on.
Damn Debrid.
Yeah. No, they're hard to find. They go down. They change stuff all the time, which means you got to change the scrapers for them. It's a pain in the ass. That's why.
Well, that's it. It's a lot of maintenance.
Yeah.
Or manually, someone's got to go find that link and then put it in the XML.
Yeah.
And then put it on the server so that when you click add-on, click, oh, I want to watch that movie. So
that's the other part, isn't it? People don't think of that part of it, that you've got to go and get a new fresh link, do all that, add it to an XML, add it to the add-on. They don't think that you've got anything else other to sit there and do that all day.
Well, and a lot of times with scrapers, the break isn't just change the URL for the thing. They actually break them, and then you got to rewrite sections of the scrapers. Like some of them were like.
Another thing, you won't know as a add-on
as a user.
You won't know that the link's broken until someone says, "I clicked on this movie, it don't work."
Yeah. Well, we did have what was it in Gen at one point? Mid made something, I think, where you could. Was it mid? Oh my God! Sorry, guys. Friday night brain. Where it would actually check all the scrapers and it would let you know if it was returning stuff. And
yeah. I
remember that, yeah. It did get better. Scrapers. Have to go through them all.
But all right. So when Noir, we're talking about direct links. So you're talking non-Debrid. So you talk about non-Debrid direct links. Those Noir says someone's got to go out, find the link, put it in the XML, They don't know if nobody watches that link dies. The hosting site purges it from their system. That file, they purge it. It's to make room for things that people are actually watching.
Most of them are 30 days, though. They're not hours.
Well, I know Debrid posted somewhere for Debrid. Now this is Debrid stuff. I think it was 2 weeks that if someone doesn't watch something in 2 weeks, they purge it. But Debrid won't give you an answer. It's very vague.
So for direct links, that'd be a pain in the ass. If you're using a torrent, like if you're basically using RD, then you'd be the person caching it again.
Yeah. I mean, babe, back in the day, back in Phoenix days, and doing the links, and then, guess what? Your links are gone.
Guess what? The whole site went down. There goes my entire TV section. Yeah, good times. I don't miss that shit at all. At all.
Non-Debrid links are 3 times the work as Debrid.
Like you say, Blue, you spent 6 hours doing all that before you went to bed. You woke up and it would all be gone.
Oh, one time I did 2 weeks straight, like every waking hour working on it, and the entire thing went down. Oh, I lost all 2 weeks worth of work. I'm like, I almost quit.
Yeah.
But I don't envy you guys. I'm glad I got out of that shit. I really am. I'm happy making friggin' Plex videos for people.
Yeah. People don't realize what work goes into it. They really, really don't. And that's why I tip my hat to anybody that makes a playlist add-on to someone that's going to write a full add-on. I appreciate your work, your time, your effort, because me being the small guy, the small add-on that I had for a while, where I helped in Bob for a little while, then I had my own add-on for a little while. It's cool to make it. To make it, it's fun. It's exciting. Oh, and about the second week of you maintaining it, it's not so much fun anymore. And then the longer you wait to update, the job only gets bigger because
unless you want to update.
Because more shows came out and then more movies, and next thing you know, it's like, I got to update.
It's fun though, putting the work in, because then it's like, somebody's watching that because of you. It's kind of it's a little bit of a thrill,
Yeah,
helping people out.
Yeah.
But I'm done with that. I did my years. I'm done.
Come on, Blue.
No, I'm done. I'll just hang out in Telegram and throw the odd stupid comment in.
Hey, I can barely pull her onto the show for a little while. I'm glad you guys came on. Yeah, I'm just glad you guys, at least you're keeping her interested so she stays on. So, and again, I know that I don't know everybody's financial situation, this and this and this, but I will say, when I look at, all right, so you have your options for which service to get. When you look at $3 a month, and I understand people are like, well, I don't have $18. Okay, but if you break that down, $3 a month, if you can't find 40 cents a day, or what's that, 30 cents a day, 30 cents. I mean, you can't find that much to make it $3 a month, to make it to $18. And to me, people say, oh, I don't want to pay because I wanted free. To me, my time, and I saw someone posted, my time is worth money. Computer works. My time, if I have to look for a link and look for a link and look for a link and then jump to this add-on and jump over here, this APK, wait, how much time did I just spend looking to watch one movie? And I got frustrated 10 minutes in the movie because the movie quit working. No, my time is worth $3 a month. That's not even a Happy Meal. That's
the thing is, though, it's up to everybody. If you can afford it, if you can't, that's okay too. Unfortunately, free links are hard.
I will give the guys that are doing direct non-Debrid link. There is more add-ons doing it now than there was a year ago.
Yeah, find those add-ons then.
But no, the go-to Asgard, the Qcontinumm, the boys. I've seen the crew even has a non-Debrid section. I mean, maybe you can't find. I want to use an example. There was a lady that was looking for Lois and Clark.
From like
no, you're not. You're not going to find Lois and Clark on there.
That's because that was a garbage TV show.
But I mean, you're going to find the new movies. You're going to find the new TV shows. No, you're not going to find. Maybe you won't find the first. Well, you'd find Game of Thrones. You'd have all those, but you're not going to find Mork and Mindy. I mean, so yeah,
you might do. You might find Mork and Mindy. It depends on the add-on.
I think he means though in non-Debrid direct links.
Yeah.
You probably can in like scrapers probably, but
a TV show on non-Debrid is a lot of work.
Yeah. Met TV might have it.
Yeah. Me TV might. Yeah. And Qcontinumm might have it in there. Maybe in the non-Debrid section.
Yeah,
but again,
you won't get everything though, like that way.
No.
You're looking for non-Debrid.
No.
Direct links.
You never will.
But you'll get a lot of good stuff.
You'll get the recent stuff.
Yeah, but to each their own. So please be nice in the side chat, guys. Oh, honey, that's a nice shirt out there.
Yeah. Check it out.
Well,
checking it out.
Posing.
I got that, Borb. Flexing.
All right, so no, there wasn't no flexing there.
I didn't want you were doing a inside.
No, I was just kind of giving you a little side view because I didn't want people. I don't need all the women hitting me up like that. I don't have. It's a lot of pressure. Yeah. I don't know how them Hollywood guys. I don't. If I got that many emails, and I don't know if I could. It's a lot of pressure. But
you've dressed to match your haircut.
Yeah, I had to.
You've actually made an effort. You thought, right? Yeah, I'm looking good. I'll make a little bit of an effort tonight.
A little bit.
I actually got him I actually was looking for a John Wick. The white long sleeve T-shirt he wears with the thing, and I found one and I got him that one too because I'm like, ooh, if Keanu can look that cute in those shirts, then my baby definitely can.
Look at Stuart says nice shirt. He needs an extra XL. This is an XL. What are you talking about? Can't you tell?
No, it's not.
So all right. So let me go ahead and let's talk. I got a couple other news, and then we'll just randomly jump around. Let me Let me share some of our. Wrong tab for me. Sorry, you guys, because I'm having to share that on Firefox. There we go. All right. So, am I full screen, hon?
Yep.
Sort of.
Hold on.
We're still in it.
Yeah, that's not full screen.
Straight up.
Yeah, full screen. All right. There we go.
Head down if you're trying to show stuff at the bottom.
All right. So, one of the things I saw in here that was interesting. I don't think there's many of my viewers that are using Rokus.
I would remove your pinned post from YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be back.
No way you highlighted it on YouTube.
Stuart's comment.
Hold on.
Nice shirt. I take XL.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the highlighted comment. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. right. Thank you.
Now take the pin post off.
Yeah.
You got guests today because that's covering the
Yeah,
screen.
yeah. You're right. Because see, I can't see that when I'm looking at my screen. That's why I'd like to have some guests that actually say, "This is what we're seeing, Dabs. We're not seeing what you think you're seeing because all I'm seeing is this screen." So one of the things YouTube is having issues with Roku, and we've seen YouTube have issues with other companies that have wasn't it with Google? They were having with Google TV. They were having some issues, or maybe it was Fire. No, it was Fire TV. It wasn't with Amazon. Weren't they having some issues with Amazon at one point where YouTube wasn't going to be offering? Maybe they cut it off. One of the things I found very interesting, and this actually makes me think about. I really don't like Roku because to me it's pointless for me for the things I do. One of the things, all right, so they've stopped support. Now, if you have YouTube TV, you're still going to, you had Roku, you're still going to be able to use YouTube TV. But if you went to install YouTube, you would not be able to do it. One of the things that this was something from the spokesman from Roku spokesperson sent this message to the Cord Cutters News. And it says, we have only first they said we didn't ask for an extra $1, and it says we only asked Google for 4 simple commitments. First, not to manipulate customer search results. Second, not require access to data not available to anyone else. Third, to not leverage their YouTube monopoly to force Roku to accept hardware requirements that would increase the customer cost. Fourth, not to act discriminately against anti-competitive manners against Roku. We've talked about Google, YouTube, some of these other major media companies and them using their force. We talked about Disney that's used their market share to force other companies to fall in line or to pay what they want them to pay. So what Roku is saying, we don't want you to manipulate your search results to basically point to the things that YouTube wants to point to, maybe things that they make more money on. Second, when you're collecting data, we want to know what that data is and not just you collect this data and sell it to somebody else. Again, the third about forcing hardware requirements, basically saying, you know what, if you want to use YouTube TV, you're going to have a better device. And this device ain't going to cut it. So I think that Roku is really standing strong on this one. And if you look at some of these things, those are legitimate reasons for Roku to stand, and for maybe some of us others, when we talk about the VPN that was going to be near the end of the show, maybe this is something to think about. Well, I mean, what do you guys think on something like this?
I couldn't really comment because, like you say, Roku, we don't actually get Roku, I don't think, in the UK. So, all
right. So let's say you don't forget the platform that it's on. But let's say a company is going and saying, Google, we're not going to allow you to do these things because I'm not going to use a Roku. I'm not. But look at the things that they're saying. The reason why they don't want, they're like, YouTube, you gotta give some flexibility on these things.
I think it's great. They've actually standing up to Google.
Yeah.
I think it's great they're actually doing that because, like I say, not a lot of people do actually stand up. Well, we know that, but like you say, they're probably not bothered if they don't win.
I don't know anyone using Roku. I don't know anyone.
They would just remove the Google app from their Roku.
Yeah, that's what they've done
from their devices. So, like I say, it's not going to work. But there probably is a work around it if people do want to actually use Google.
Well, I also think that it's highlighting something that we as end users need to pay attention to. Again, it's going to fall back to the VPN thing when we talk about the 5 eyes and this and that about VPN. We'll lightly touch on that near the end about this collection of data. Second, require the data not be available to anybody else about this data that's being collected on you using a device, the search results. Because there's been numerous shows we've talked about that when you search for something, you ever had your phone and you talk about some new shoes. You're talking to your friend about new shoes, and then all of a sudden Facebook starts showing you ads for new shoes, some shoe ads.
Yes.
And people are like, oh, they're listening all the time. And you think, okay, tinfoil hats, but some of this is a little bit true. I mean, it's all about marketing. Now, they're not collecting your data to find out how to break into your house, but they're doing it because you are the product. You're the product that they're selling to somebody else to sell you something else, if that makes sense. It's very interesting to me when I read that, that they're standing up to it.
I even play like online sort of Scrabble or Word Feud, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then you get an advert come up because I haven't paid the premium version. But every advert comes up is referring to everything that I've been browsing online.
Yep. Yes.
And through that, like glasses for men keeps coming up. Oh, yeah, all right, I'm going blind. Don't need to work tonight. Go away. Yeah. And then just other random things like at first of all, that's well spooky, that is. I was like talking about it earlier. But then you see it day to day. It's tracking you.
Yeah. Yeah. It is worrisome so some people are like, well, I don't care. What again, people are like, well, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not breaking the law. What's it matter? Right. But also these companies are, when they offer you if they offer you something for free, as in YouTube, it gets you something for free. You're not getting something for free because you are the product. You are what they're selling to somebody else who's willing to pay.
Yeah, it's like you say, they've actually infringing. This is how I see it. They've actually infringing on your own privacy. That's how I see it. If you've made a comment about a pair of shoes or a pair of jeans or something, or a nice T-shirt or something, they are infringing on your privacy because, like I say, they've grabbed that and put it out on a feed on Facebook or on another platform.
Yep.
It shouldn't be done, but
it's happening.
It's happening. It's going to happen. It's the age of it going to happen, isn't it? Because, like I say, everybody uses the internet, and that's how they actually get revenue and get sales, and they shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an income form. And all right, so why do you think to use your phone, to use YouTube on your phone, you got to log in with an account, right? And then to use YouTube on your browser, you got to log in.
Yeah.
So it's like you're logged in. Next thing you know, they're like, oh, well, you're logged into all these things, and we're going to be able to, sell you more things. Go ahead and remove that. Not show. All right. So yeah, it's concerning. It's something to think about. I know that I use DuckDuck is my search engine. Yeah, and maybe that helps some. I don't know how much that helps, but then you can do incognito. There is some browsers, Tor. If you look into Tor, stuff.
I use Vivaldi.
Google has incognito option.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. It's in there. So something to think about.
Then you can't work out how to get it back off incognito. So you have to reset your phone.
It's like you say, the only thing that I actually use, I don't use Google whatsoever.
Yeah.
On my computer or my NVIDIA Shield. Yeah, I'm
you
logged
start
into
your missus, don't you? She knows everything.
Hey, I can't do that because I'm single. So, but like you said, I don't use Google as my web browser. I don't use Google for my search engine. I'm like you, Todd. I use Duck and Go. I use Vivaldi as my web browser, and that's got a lot of features that you can actually use, and a lot of it is set as default to block stuff and everything.
All right, well, something to think about. We'll jump on the next topic, then so we have time to get on the VPNs a little bit. Mortal Kombat. I don't know how many of you guys have seen a Mortal Kombat.
No,
Best opening ever with HBO Max. What was that, Noah?
No spoilers yet.
No, we're not going to give no spoilers. And anybody that watched everybody that watched Player Pass last Wednesday, we spoiled the hell out of that thing. So don't watch Player Pass if you've not seen it. But it's made a lot of. It said 3.8 million households watched it over the weekend.
So does that mean HBO Max released Justice League too? So in other words, did it just blow Justice League out of the water?
It blew. All right. It says peak viewership happened. Wait. All right. Hold on a second. It said up till now, Godzilla vs. Kong was the top performer for HBO Max. So don't even think about that other one. But Mortal Kombat, more viewership in 3 days than Godzilla had in its first 5 days. So
that's embarrassing for Justice League, then, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't even think Justice League
versus Godzilla kicks your ass. You're in trouble.
Yeah, they're not even on it. So again, it talks about that. So Mortal Kombat owned it last week. So that was something to check out. I had a couple reports about cable companies losing customers, and we've talked about that numerous times. If you're still a cable TV subscriber or a satellite subscriber, you're going to have higher costs because more and more people are cutting the cord, and that's very vague terms. More and more people are getting rid of your typical cable / satellite service. So that means less people on the platform. So that means the people that are left on the platform are going to pay a higher price because of the people that left it. So keep in mind, if you're still paying for cable TV or satellite TV, expect your cost to continue to go up, not only because the media companies are wanting more money, but you have less customers. So the cable company's got to get that money from somewhere. The satellite company's got to get the money from somewhere, and it's going to come from the people still paying for cable / satellite TV.
That's when you ring them up and say that you're leaving their service.
Yeah, and they'll give you the year. They'll give you that year. And yes, you can do that. You can
offer you a discount. I'll offer you more.
Yeah, you're right. And you can play the game just like I do with my satellite XM radio. Yeah, I play the game every year. But you got to go through and do the game and
just go straight through to disconnections. Go straight to that department. Don't go through like the customer.
Right, but you got to call. I mean,
yeah,
most people will not bother to call.
That's the thing. I can never understand. Why have you got to call? If they can give you that promotion, why make you beg for it?
They do it because they're making money on all the people. Most people, and this is not a bad. I'm not trying to dog up. Most people are lazy, so most people will not bother to call, or they'll put it off, and they'll put it off, and they'll put it off. They never call. Why do gyms, the gym industry, health gyms? I don't even have an idea. I guarantee you, there's more people that are paying monthly that haven't showed up in a year and a half than there's people that actually use it or pay for it and come in.
100%
you know what I mean? It's because most people just like, it's just, whatever. It's $10. It's $20. It's $30. Whatever it is.
You got a gym card in your wallet, and people go, "Hey, you go to the gym, work out." You go, "Yeah."
Yeah. It just comes out of your bank account. If you had to walk to the gym,
it's like any subscription that you get that renews itself. If you forget you have it and you stop using it, it still comes out of your account.
Yep. And you have to put effort to cancel it. If you had to go to the gym and hand them $20 every month, you'd canceled that shit a long time ago. Now, if it just automatically comes out of your bank account and you never have to do nothing, but you got to make the effort to drive there to cancel it, most people won't. So that's how that works. So, one of the things I know that on this show, a lot of people love Locast.
I don't even know what that is.
10. So Tan uses it. Or no. Hemi was talking about using this. It's all this service is a free service. It offers local TV channels in certain markets in the area. Hold on a second. Who is? Oh, there's all. So it offers local TV channels in certain markets for free. So you could watch ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC in your area. Now, you have to be in that particular area to watch the channels. And people are like, oh, I'm just going to continue to use that. Guys, Locast they're still having to deal with court. This is not a done deal. This is not a done deal. The local broadcasters do not want Locast offering people live channels over the internet because they're like, no, because we don't make no money if I do that. So if you're a person that's following that, you're a Locast user and you're like, that's my answer, you may want to follow the court procedures. It started back in July of 2019 is when they started. The court cases started. So this is not a done deal. This is not it's not over. The local TV channels are not going to want to continue to allow people to watch live channels through the internet. What they do is it's only offered in certain markets, and you have to. Right now, I can't watch Locast because it pulls up a when I go to their website, it'll look to see where I live, and it says, "Hey, Locast isn't available in your area, so you can't watch them channels." So that's just something to kind of keep in mind if you're a Locast user. You may want to keep an eye on this. That this court case is still moving, and Locast is not a done deal by any means. So any of you guys use well, some of you guys are from C-Man, have you ever used Locast?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not, so I'm not familiar.
Auburn, you're in New York. Have you ever tried Locast?
No, I didn't, believe it or not. I've been using that Pluto.
Okay.
Locast, you know? Yeah,
Locast will give. Now, Pluto doesn't give you ABC, CBS.
Right.
This gives you the live channels in your area, but you got to live in that area, and there's a bunch of hoops you got to jump through. You can use a VPN and but yep.
Can you take the Tan's thing off of Auburn's face?
All right, hold on.
Why, Blue? You just wanted to see me?
Yeah, because I missed you.
No.
Yeah, baby.
We just want to see the T-shirt. We just want to see the T-shirt, Auburn.
It's nothing special. It's just a Laconia
Nothing special.
No, it's a bike week.
Bike week.
Yeah.
He's a bike rider. One of the things I was
better. I hope you're feeling better.
Yes, I am. Thank you. I just had a nurse here. That's why it took me so long. She had to,
we were supposed to get pictures of the nurse too. We were supposed to get pictures.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, so Tan was posting Locast as a free over-the-air broadcast. Another option, and I've talked about this.
Did you see what he's actually asking?
Yeah, another option is for you get free. Yes, without an antenna. No, not that I know of. I have not heard of another other than an IPTV service. There is some services that do offer local. I know.
So you need an antenna for Locast. Is that what you're saying?
No. Locast is over the net.
I don't think you.
Another option for over the air.
For you to get over the air without needing an antenna, right? That's what he's asking.
Rule 5.
Okay.
Locast takes a broadcast and casts it on the internet, right? Yeah.
Right.
It's another option for you to get free over the air without needing an antenna, right? Right. Yes.
Correct. So
you're speed reading, I can tell. You're catching the odd second word.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Todd just sleeping alone tonight.
Yeah, I'll be all right. The only other, they do offer that. So the only other options you have is antenna outdoors or indoors if you're close enough, or some services will offer you local channels. Again, depends on the services. Some offer it, some don't.
Remember in the old days when you had 2 channels?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You
that
had
was
to
just in
turn the knob to
Canada.
get from one to the other.
Well, that was just in Canada.
We used
Here
to
in
just,
New York, we had
Right.
a little bit more, you know.
Not many more. Not
he's
many
back,
more.
all
Not
right.
many more,
He's
but you
back.
know, it was 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13. You know.
we
Wow.
used to have just 3 in the UK.
See, thank
Yeah,
you,
3.
UK.
I remember 3 when I was a kid.
Mm.
Yeah.
And do you remember that day at BBC One at midnight? It went off, didn't it?
Yeah.
The national anthem playing with Wells.
Ours did that too. Canadian anthem. Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
People.
remember we used to go to the show, and before the show would start, they'd have the national anthem. Everybody'd stand in the theater. Oh, the good old days.
What we used to do then is switch over to BBC Two and watch the test girl card. Weren't the little girl with the puppy?
Yeah.
Just watch that like
Yeah.
till like sun come up.
Then didn't channel ITV in the UK?
ITV, Channel 3, ITV.
Did they come up with something like a teletext or that thing after midnight or something?
Yeah, BBC has CFAX, didn't they? ITV
Yeah.
teletext. So that was your other like joy.
Mm.
Looking at jokes, trying to find your football team result in there, like 17 days for the pages to scroll around.
Oh yeah. So I was going to bring up. Thank you for joining us, Alban. Glad that you're able to hang.
Yeah, I'm glad I made it in time.
So
I know you're going to be. You might have been like saying, "Oh, we're saying goodnight" about 20 minutes ago. You know.
Yeah.
No, actually, I didn't say that. I have one more topic, and that's it. I was going to talk about.
I've got
Steve?
something I can show as well, Dabs, if you want.
Okay, yeah. All right, so well, DJ, go ahead and sort your stuff.
That is actually. I'll just fire it up. It's just something that I've been working on, and like I say,
A little work in progress. Yes.
it's actually done. So
We'll show that, and then we'll delve a little bit into VPN, the 5 eyes, 9 eyes. We're gonna just a little bit on that, and then we'll move on because I haven't done enough research, but there is a few things that maybe maybe something that you would like to look into. So
there you are. I'm sharing that. I'd say.
Yep, I got you.
It just ain't comfort. It's just something that I've been working on. I got to give a shout out to Terra because, like I say, this was originally taken from his Silvo Light. The one I modded as well because I modified Terra's. And I've remodified this. So it's actually just got one single menu bar. It is a skin. It is in my repo now, so people can actually test it. It's just.
Wait, I'm taking that. I'm gonna use that one.
So it's like it's there. It's got there's little extras that I've added to it. So if you go down to the sub menu, you get a little flip on the sub menu. So it's just little extras. On the power menu, instead of it actually just popping into the middle of the screen, it rises up the screen.
That's got noir written all over it. That has.
Your favorites does exactly the same. That pops up. So use just little bits of code there. I've just same as the search that'll pop up. Instead of just coming into the screen, it comes from the bottom and comes up. File manager. As you can see, you got your 3D views on the panels.
Mm-hmm.
All new artwork, all new panel work I've done to go with it. You go to add your source, that pops up as well. If you go to browse, that'll pop up. So use a lot of little touches that I put in. Keyboard, got its own customized keyboard. I've changed it so it says enter instead of done. You got space bar, and I've changed the backspace to delete. And the keyboard has all been modified because this is 19, and it's got a little special key there. It says DJ. You click on it, and it'll actually put DJ. So it's just little
kind of cruel, isn't it? You know?
Just little custom bits. It probably took me a couple of hours because I had to, like you say, reconfigure the keyboard. So when you was actually on delete, it moved up to DJ. Then you could scroll up. So I had to do all the buttons so you'd scroll around.
But the DJ is where the enter should be, you know.
Well, yeah. I could do that, but like you say, it would just get a bit confusing for everybody. I did actually put it where it says English Quirky. I did put Djaythemes up there, and I thought, no, it looks a bit too much. So I thought I'd just like it nice, little and subtle, because that's a blank. That's a blank there normally, because the actual keyboard has to be modified for 19.
Right.
Because it's quirky. It's lopsided if you actually have a look at the official 19 keyboard. So I've added a couple of extra keys in there because they've took a few keys out, and I just modified it, put an extra few keys in there, so it squared it all up. And like I say, everything that they changed, they've put on the I think it's on the shift key now. Yeah. So they've put everything on the shift key now, all this sort of like stuff, the @ sign and everything. Some of this used to be on the main keyboard, and they moved it and put it on the shift key instead of you actually going here. So let's say you get virtually a full keyboard in there. So it's all been modified.
I like it.
It looks great.
Yes, neat.
System menu has all been done. All your icons have been done. Custom background to it. So use just little subtle things that I've added. I just try to keep it nice, clean, simple look. Try to keep it to sort of like a basic sort of like color scheme. And it's like I say, it's there. It's customizable. It's customizable. You can actually center the date. I'll move it.
Then you can
put it over the top of the menu bar.
Oh, okay.
You can actually move it as well. So if you want to put it top of the screen, it says move date, time, and RSV to the top of the screen. So you put that one on, and they'll move it to the center of the top of the screen. So you use just little things that I've added. The other thing I did add, I think it's in apps. If you go into the apps, and if you actually go for information, when you go on there, that comes up from the bottom of the screen as well. So instead of it just popping in, it comes up from the bottom of the screen, and it'll do it in certain areas. All the live TV section with the PVR, that's all been done. So it's all been squared up. I've redone all the OSD, squared all that up so it actually fits on the screen. So I spent probably the last 2 days just in XMLs on me NVIDIA Shield, because I've been testing it on the Shield, but I've been working away on the XMLs from me Shield on my computer directly. So I'd make a change on my computer, reload it on my screen, see whether the changes worked and whether it lined all up. So I've been spending 2 days sort of like just doing that.
Nice.
So if I done it on my phone, how long would that take me?
Oh, it would take you forever. Because like you say, it's probably took me a good 5 days, I believe. I can't remember. Has it been about 5 days, C-Man? I've been working on this.
Yeah,
been sort of like I've been
like
chatting
that.
to you. I've been chatting to you during the time that I've been working on it. So
at least 5 days, yeah.
And like I said, I have just released it. So it is actually
it's in your theme wizard.
It's not in my themes wizard. It's in my repo.
Oh, because it's a skin.
Because it's a skin. It's not a
skin.
theme. So
Right,
if you go to my repo, go to look and feel, Go to skin. You'll actually see. I've got 3.
Okay.
I've got 3
DJ.
there.
Lee's making me dizzy.
Yeah. So
Who,
all right.
me?
No, Lee.
Oh.
He's upside down. He's upside down.
I'm not looking at him because, like I say,
Yeah.
Lee's on a separate screen.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, that's what happens when you're watching it. So yeah, look at Ed's already posted. We already got 2 thumbs down. That's all right. I don't care.
So
All right.
so it's like say, it's there. It's in my repo. It didn't. It just says, like say, it won't let me do that. Let me see whether it should. No. Let me just go to him. Let me go to info. So as you can see, modded by me and Terra. So I've got to give a shout out to TK for the original stuff. I'm not going to take full credit for it. It's stuff I've done and stuff he's done. No, it won't let me. I was going to get it to say what's new. But it's just a completely different look. It's only got a 1 menu item. It's got no 3 menu. It's got no horizontal. That's all been stripped out.
I prefer one item menus best.
Like you say, it's deep. I can't see the point in having three items on a menu because
I like 3. I like 3 because then I can see what's on either side of it.
Yeah, but I'm the same because I forget what's this way and what's this way.
I know, me too. I'm like, is it movies left or movies right?
You can't choose from that though, can you?
No, but I can go that way.
You can't touch it, but you can go that way. You can go that way.
I mean, that's just me. I think that's because I'm old.
So
I can't remember.
It's all been taken out. So if you go into there,
once you get used to a build, you know,
and it says 1
which way everywhere is.
Oh, Lee, shut it! Nobody asked you.
Dang, Lee! I thought that was just me.
I think I think you can actually center it as well, so you can actually have the menu bar centered, so it will center it. Look.
There you go.
Oh,
all right.
okay.
All right.
So it will so you can have a center menu, but like I say, it's there. It's all customizable. People can do what they want with it. Give it a try. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Like I say.
Oh my God.
No, God. Where are you?
I don't want to know.
I don't
know. So we're at 2 hours. So what I was going to go, we're going to talk about the item that we talked about at the beginning, or I wanted that. I think Steve had brought it up. Hey, thank you, DJ.
Hey, that's all right. I was still going away. I didn't realize you'd taken me off share. So
I took you off share.
It doesn't matter now. It'd be nice if you actually said that, Todd.
I'll hit you. I'll be like, all right, DJ. Nah. All right. So I did go back to you when you were showing some of the other stuff. Yeah. One of the things I was going to mention at the beginning here, and this was posted in Streaming Matters group, about 5 eyes, 9 eyes, 14 eyes. I read through this. Now, Restore Privacy is a website that promotes VPNs and gives you options for VPNs, talks about the goods and the bads, positives and negatives for any VPNs. He wrote an article about the 9 eyes, the 5 eyes, and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to put this URL in the show notes, let you read it, about the agreements that the US, UK, all these different countries have agreed and to share data and share information about what people in their country are able to watch or use. It can be very disturbing if you read through it. The PRISM program, actually, this goes back a ways. I want to say I thought the first one was in 2007, and it really made me think about back in the early parts of 9/11 in the U.S., where we gave all kinds of rights to government to do whatever they want because we're trying to stop terrorism.
Yeah, right.
Stop terrorism. Do whatever you got to do. And how possibly the government since then has been using this data and the powers that they've been given. And this article goes into what all of this is, surveillance, how they can go. All right, so I have not done massive research. I've read through what this article talks about. Basically, it's saying that the government, without a subpoena, can go to an ISP and force the ISP to give the logs of any of their customers to them. And this falls under, hey, you have the right. See, it was amended in 2001. It can give them the rights to be able to see in the disguise of national security to protect people. And this article goes through, talks about the different companies that you may want to look at. If you have email, the emails, and it talks about how Google can turn over your email and how they have used it in the past. What emails are safe. It also talks about what are safe VPNs. And it gave like 3 or 4. Didn't give a lot on this article. There is more that don't log and don't necessarily have to turn over logs to certain countries. Read through it. I will post the link to this. You read it. Put your tinfoil hat on in a bit, and I'm saying that in a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek, because if you think that Google is not selling your data or controlling or tapping or knowing where you're going,
they already track you on your phone.
They are. Yeah. And so there's so many. If you're in, it goes into Edward Snowden. If you go through and read some of these articles, it goes back to Edward Snowden. Was it Snowden?
Snowden.
It talks about him and how he was a whistleblower to the information that the government is compiling.
Yeah.
Now, are they compiling every bit of information? No, because there's no way they can compile all of it. But they have now they're able to subpoena, ask for this information from the ISP or your VPN. Say, hey, tell us where they've been going, and we go in and we're like, well, we want to know where these child predators been going. Child predators or sex trafficking is always the first place they go, right? They're like, you want to stop sex traffickers and these child porns? We got to know every website they've been to, who they've talked to, what they've done, this and this and this. We want to know everywhere they've been, and Google's going to give us all that information, right? But the problem is when you get to this kind of stuff, yes, we want to stop that stuff. But also, if they're doing it to a person that they say is a child predator, who's to say they're not doing it to the guy they think might be up to some criminal activity another way? Or maybe someone that they just suspect is doing something that may be possibly illegal. It opens up the door. So
door's already open. It has been for a long time.
Yep.
Yes.
Thing is, if you don't want to get caught watching streaming videos, then don't watch streaming videos that are on Kodi if you're that scared.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be tracked, get rid of your cell phone.
Yeah. Yeah, because remember Edward Snowden, he says even when it's off, it still can track you.
We're screwed. Yeah, we're screwed.
Yeah.
If you don't want to get caught masturbating in the bar, don't masturbate in the bar.
Exactly. Thank you, Lee.
Exactly.
We just busted you anyhow.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, wait, I wasn't looking. Oh, God, I'm glad I wasn't looking. So I'm going to go ahead and post this in here. I will also post this in the show notes. Read on what you want.
If it was that serious when it comes to streaming and stuff like that, I mean, maybe it will be in the future. We'd all be in jail right now.
I don't think that they're using it for that. It's like a trump card that they have. If they need information, they're able to strong arm an ISP or a VPN. Even a VPN,
they could forever though.
Yeah.
Think about people who were downloading back in like the 90s who were getting things from their ISP saying, "Hey, I know what you downloaded."
Yeah. So I think that in a lot of ways, read it. But also, you've got to figure out where is your fine line. You using incognito and using certain browsers and certain emails. You've got to decide what fits for you. And again, I'm not a person that tells
I just use incognito for porn. That's it.
You don't watch that much porn, so because I am your porn.
Todd, there's a show back in this country about 2 years ago called Manhunt.
Yeah.
And you had like 5 groups, 5 couples, and they had to go on the run and evade the police for like a whole week.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole show was made up of ex, like MI5 and FBI, all like the top people. And they show how nowadays that they track people down. They hack your Facebook accounts. They can see all your movements and that, and it's amazing. You should have a look out for it.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, there's no way that you can't if they're wanting to find that information. We're so tied.
Yeah.
To this,
it's the way they go through. Like they get someone's laptop, and they would spend like 5 to 7 days, and they will crack the password to open the laptop up. Yep. Just by intelligence and it's amazing.
We live in a digital age, and we leave a fingerprint.
Yeah, it's unless you cut the cord, and I mean you don't do nothing. You're off the grid, and people say, "Well, I'm off the grid." You'd have to be off the grid, and you wouldn't be watching this show if you're off the grid.
I mean, instead of watching Star Wars, maybe you're reenacting it with your kids in your living room.
No, you're Han Solo. I don't want to be Han Solo. I want to be Chewbacca. So
your internet providers go, hang on, this address is frying our servers. What are they doing now?
Yeah. I mean, again, there is ways. I will post the link in the show notes. Read on you want.
Take it with a grain of salt.
You have to figure out where's your level on this. You decide. That's on you.
What you're comfortable with. I don't use a VPN.
So you got to decide. I mean, there's certain people that use VPN for everything, but I mean, I know people that are germaphobes that sanitize every single thing they touch. I mean, but again, that's what you're comfortable with. So, all right, so we're over 2 hours. So I'm going to go through. I'll start with Alban since he was the last to join the show.
To come in.
Nice to see you. Hey, glad you're back home. Thank you for joining us Wednesday night.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone for the well wishes out there. It's everyone out there in the chat. I'm going to say thank you also. Even you guys here, missed you all. I just don't know what to say. I'm here. I'm alive. That's all I can be happy for,
Glad you're
We're happy. We're happy.
Thanks. Yeah.
C-Man. C-Man.
Thanks for having me. Enjoyed it. Thanks, Blue, DJ, Lee, Alban, Todd. Good to see you.
I didn't do anything.
You always do something.
You did. You turned up.
Oh, that's true. I did.
Yeah.
I did.
And she showed up for the whole show too.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. I know. I feel like this keeps staying off of the show because this is where you get to keep her here. No. I'm so
as soon as this show's
there.
over, I promise you, she's gone.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
I can't help it. I work all day and then I get home and I literally have 10 minutes before the show starts and then I'm on the show and I like to have downtime. I'm a downtime girl.
She had 90 minutes.
Well, I did get off a little early today. That's not the point.
Yeah.
No, that's not the point. But I just said
I get in the door and then the show's starting and sometimes I just don't want to think.
Hey, Blue, is it cold there or something this week?
We got snow. We got snow today.
You gotta be shitting me.
No.
Oh
no.
God.
You shouldn't have told me that. You shouldn't have told me that.
Yeah,
I have my AC on right now. My AC is on.
It's 80 degrees in Texas.
Oh my God.
The weird thing is I prefer cold to hot though, personally. I don't like summertime. I mean, I like summertime in the shade with a drink and maybe a pool.
But it's gonna be May tomorrow. Okay.
No, I know it's weird. It's like flukish because we've had beautiful weather up till today.
Oh. Well, how much snow did you get?
About 4 centimeters. Which
it's like an inch. Like an inch. I still haven't figured out the centimeters to inch.
I know.
2 centimeters is 200 millimeters, which is
no, that doesn't help me. It's like an inch, maybe.
4 centimeters. Yeah, 2.5 centimeters is an inch, I believe.
Holy shit, that's an inch and a half. Oh, Lordy. All right, so Carl Berg, anything you guys say before we go?
Carl Berg, I'm going to say, Todd, you're looking great. You look fresh. Shannon looks better than you do, but there you go. You bring out the best in each other.
Oh,
DJ,
and after I told you to shut it, isn't that it's so sweet of you?
Yeah.
DJ, keep up the good work. I love that skin you've done.
Cheers, matey.
Auburn, I'm glad you've broken out of the penitentiary where you're wearing.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Keep up. I'm glad you're well as well.
Thank you.
We missed you last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. That's all I can say.
Thank you, Carl Berg. DJ, thank you. I'm sorry I cut you off early.
Hey, that's all right. It's your show. You can do what you like. You can do what you like.
You
It's
can't
your
multitask.
show.
You talk to him for 2 seconds, and the switch goes off, and he forgets where he was.
I know. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, just thanks for letting me jump on, Todd, again, and thanks for letting me sort of like showing the new skin that I released. It is available now in the repo, so if people want to give it a go and have a bash and enjoy it.
Todd, you're going to put that in your show notes, the repo?
Yep.
Or
yep.
Are these guys okay with you doing that?
Yeah. I'm
DJ's fine with that. Yeah.
I got nothing in my repo that shouldn't be in my repo. So
he's themes and skins.
That's it. That's it. Other than me 18, I've got my extended info mod, but I just look at that as a library function, an information function. You can't do anything. You can't play anything with it. So I don't look at it sort of like being like an add-on in one aspect, even though it is.
Yeah.
So, but I'm fine. I'm fine.
DJ, was you like really relieved when you made your 5th Kodi skin?
I was probably relieved when I made my first one.
You have to get to the 5th one because you can't keep saying forever, I've got 4 skins.
Yeah. Oh, he got me there. Got me going then. On a roll.
No, I didn't mean to get you going. I'm not like that.
I'll reach around here. All right, Blue. Anything you want to say before we go?
No. Everybody stay safe. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm probably going to have at least one video out this weekend. I think maybe a couple. I might do a couple little quick ones on Plex if you're interested.
Yes, I am.
I'll have to make some time and watch them, Blue.
All right, so yeah,
if you want.
So hey, I will post those as soon as I get home from work because I got to work.
They're going on Todd's channel and not on mine.
Yeah, they'll go on my channel as soon as I get home from work. Thanks for everyone joining us. Sorry, Sue Man. I saw he jumped off because I think it was dinner time. Thanks for everyone joining us. I will post the links as quick as I can. The show takes a few minutes to compile. I will add the link to Streaming Matters if you're somebody that wants to jump in for the after show where we BS around and just whatever. People jump in and out of that, and that's cool. So I will put that into the Streaming Matters link in the end. Movies this week, Alban?
I already watched them. We had
of course you did.
Nobody
and Romeo Must Die.
Yep.
Yeah. So those are the 2 movies we got to watch next Wednesday.
Auburn needs to watch Con Air because he looks like he could be like the main man.
Yeah, he just broke out of the penitentiary. So, but hey, glad everyone could come on. Glad we could talk. I will post those links as quick as possible. And again, just here to give you information. You decide what works for you, what your comfort level is. Hey, that's you decide. And again, streaming matters to us because streaming matters to you. And we'll see you on the next one.